Wow, feel absolutely deflated. No sleep, just pure dread. But anyway, how's it going, everybody? It's Charlie, and welcome back to the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. As I said on my preview, obviously I had plans last night, so I couldn't get a review out. And it's probably a good job, because I was in no mood to come on and do a video immediately after that game. Yeah, before we get into it, if you can bring yourself to do so, please smash a like on the video. It helps get it out there more. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel as well, and of course share all of your extreme thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I have got a feeling we're all going to be singing from the same hymn sheet today. I don't even know where to begin, to be honest with you. I really don't. Oh God. Not good, to put it nicely. I thought from moment one yesterday, it was just very flat. No sense of urgency, no real quality on that pitch, really. They looked like they'd bottled it within the first 5-10 minutes. Like I said, a lack of quality, lack of real communication. No one really seemed to know where each other should be, what their roles were. As soon as I saw the lineups and I saw their midfield, Onana, Idrissa Gana Gueye, Decore, all in that middle, I thought it's going to be a very tough afternoon in that midfield. A lot of games are won and lost in the midfield, and I do feel that we lost that game in midfield yesterday. They easily won that midfield battle, and it's disappointing, considering we had Tyler Adams in there, who, yeah, it is a Rolls Royce, or has been a Rolls Royce all season, but he can't do it all alone. And I think, as much as I liked seeing Weston and McKennie in that double pivot for the games against Man United, for me it didn't work yesterday. I think Mark Rocker, for me, wasn't in great form prior to him being injured, but I think when he's not in, you see how much we miss a player of Mark Rocker's ability in that midfield. Someone that can progress the ball up the pitch a lot better than even Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie. Weston's more of a number 8, isn't he? Box to box, helps with the attacks, helps with tackles at the back as well. But in a double pivot where he's got to play slightly deeper for the majority of the game, I think he struggles. But for the team overall, I saw no fight, no desire, no one really playing for that badge. All pundits, fans of other clubs, fans of Leeds United and Everton, both knew how huge that game was in the fight to stay in the Premier League. And they went out there and played like it was a pre-season friendly, in my opinion. Shocking. And that's not on Skabala, that's on the mentality of those players that went out there yesterday. I just thought nobody really stood out apart from Junior Firpo. I think Firpo lately is getting better the more that he's playing. And when Junior Firpo is the best player on the team sheet, then you've got a serious problem. I thought Luke Ayling was decent, but other than that, no real standouts for me. I thought Chris Somerville really struggled. I've seen some people say that he was the better of the front three. I disagree. I thought he struggled a lot. I thought first half maybe, well, to caveat that actually, I'll say first half he was slightly better. He was trying to get in behind, what's he called? Mikolenko. But I thought second half he really dropped off. Nonto, again, I think teams are realising that he's probably our best player at the minute, so they're getting more men around him, and that made him just not effective in the game at all, which you can't put down to him. He can only do so much at the end of the day. Patrick Bamford barely even knew he was on the pitch, in all honesty, apart from that chance that he should have at least got a shot away and at least got on target. Even if he doesn't score, he has to shoot that with his right foot. Why is he trying to flick it with his left foot? Now again, I get it's all in the moment if he thought it was the best thing. But that's a moment in the game where we could have took advantage. I did feel that when we did get the ball in the first half, we were having some really good counter-attacks. But again, it comes down to the same old story, doesn't it? We can't finish our dinner. And Jack Harrison, that is probably one of the worst individual performances I've seen from anyone in a Leeds shirt. And let's be honest, we've all seen some bad performances. People might think that's a bit harsh. Well, okay, then that's easily Jack Harrison's worst performance in a Leeds shirt. Every time he got hold of the ball, it was just bouncing off him. And his touch is usually good, but it was off yesterday. His passing was shocking. Decision-making, woeful. He doesn't check for a man, like a Leeds man, for a pass. As he gets the ball, he just gets it, just puts his head forward and just runs into traffic. Like, what is that solving? How he lasted 85 minutes, I do not know. I was screaming at the telly, get him off. Get him off. And when we did bring him off, it was too late. The game had gone. This Sam Greenwood experiment in midfield is really annoying me as well. And it's not on him. That's not his fault. That's Marsh and Skabala now, who are both seem to be playing him in midfield. I get why we brought him on for the set-piece element. But even so, it was just all round a shocking game of football. Everton weren't even good. Everton were not good. They weren't. They were just as bad as us. But that goal in the second half, I mean, what's Meslier doing? What is he doing? Too far off his line. There's not an Everton player in that box. Seamus Coleman can come out all day long and say that he meant that. He didn't. That was a poorly hit cross that just happened to go in. And that goal just summed up the whole afternoon for me. I'll be honest, I was quietly confident going into yesterday's game. I thought on paper we've got the much better team. I think Goodison's one of those crowds where, yes, it is intimidating if you're an opposition player, but if we'd have got an early goal in that game, that crowd would have turned, and that would have proper benefited Leeds United in that moment. We could have really, drilled the knife in, couldn't we? But we turned up and we bottled it. Simple. Bottle jobs, the lot of them. And I was actually disgusted in the performance. I really was. If we'd have lost the game, yes, everyone would have been upset, annoyed, etc. But if we'd have showed a lot of fight, if we'd have left it all out on that pitch, if we were creating chances and it just wasn't going in, you could look at it again and go, right, we've lost the game, it's disappointing, but there's positives to take. There's 0 positives from that game yesterday. 0. And we are in deep, deep shit now. We are. At this moment in time, I do think we're going to go down. I do. Now, I get the narrative, there's 15 games, but when you look at it, out of those 15 games then, we need to be winning probably between 6 and 8 games. Six is the bare minimum. I think it's more a 7 or 8, but we'll say between 6 and 8, maybe pick up some draws here and there. Can you really see that happening? At this moment in time, I can't see another win for the rest of the season. That's how poor this run is at the minute. And yeah, we probably will win a game before end of the season. I'd like to think we will, anyway. But you can see my point. Like, I genuinely cannot see another victory in our future. Even the Southampton game. If we'd have got a point yesterday, I could have looked at it and gone, right, the positive is, well, the performance was awful, but the positive is we've managed to get something from it. Let's go into Southampton now, in front of our own fans, and do a job on them. Southampton beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge yesterday. Now, I know that Chelsea are having a bad season by their own standards, but Southampton, who are bottom of the league, went to Stamford Bridge and won. We're going to Stamford Bridge on the 4th of March in a few weeks. Can you see us getting a result there? I can't. That's the difference. Southampton might be bottom, but they've got quality in their side that can get them out of it. I do believe we have as well. But at the minute, the style of football and just everything surrounding Leeds United at the minute, this managerial hunt, everything, you know, the negativity towards the 3 musketeers that run our club, all that factored into it is, it's just a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. It is. Now, the board are the main ones to blame here for me. They've done wonders for our club in a lot of ways, buying the ground back, the training pitch, etc. I do believe since they've been in charge that the fans have got a better relationship with the club up until now. I think in terms of appointments as a manager, they've got one right, and that was, of course, Bielsa. Now, I'm going to stick my neck out and say I do think Bielsa should have gone at the time. But when I look back at it now, if I knew what was going to happen after that, for the last year, I'd have probably just said stick with him, because to go from that style of football now, yes, towards the end we were getting hammered, but it was always entertaining to watch. It was always a good style of football. There was always a plan there. Even though it was the same plan every week, you knew what the plan was. Under Marsh, I can't really tell you I knew what the plan was. To go from that style of football to Marsh ball, two polar opposites. We were told when Marsh was appointed that it was a smooth transition from Bielsa. It couldn't have been anything further away from that. But when we sacked Bielsa, we were talking to Marsh for, what was it, about 2 months? We had him lined up. We had him in the country on the day that Bielsa was appointed. Now, regardless of if Marsh turned out to be good or not, which he definitely didn't, but at the time, we didn't know that. The fact that they've sacked him now, with no preparation, no manager lined up, we're getting pied off by top managers. We're about to bring in an absolute fraud in Alfred Schroeder, but they only, let's be honest, they only sent him packing because of the outrage from fans on social media. They're a joke. It's embarrassing. We actually operate like we're in League 2 and we're in the Premier League for now. It ruins your weekend, it deflates your mood. And at the minute, I can't see a way out. Even if we get a manager in, we still need to get a manager in. But even if and when we get one, can we still get out of it on paper? Yes, we can. Of course we can. But because we've lost that game yesterday now, we find ourselves 19th, a point above Southampton. Southampton come to Ellen Road next Saturday and beat us. We'll be dead bottom. Dead bottom of the league. For me, if we lose against Southampton, we might as well confirm championship altogether. Right now, I'm the majority of the way there, believing that that is going to happen now. But this is just as I'm sitting here speaking now. Obviously, things can change in football. If we get a manager in, it could turn around. And believe me, do not get it twisted. I want that more than anything. Believe me. I do not want to be in the championship. But at the minute, that's what's going to happen. All these happy clappers who are thinking, oh no, you know, it'll be all right, we'll turn it around. Get your head out your ass and face real life. This is the reality that we're in. We're 19th. Now, yeah, a manager, like I've just said, a manager could come in, it could turn his fortunes around, we could start playing a lot better, we could get the best out of certain individuals. And it could work, and Leeds could stay up. And we can stay up. I'm not saying that we can't, but we can. I just think a lot of us at the minute don't think that's going to happen. For me, and this is no hate, no disrespect to Michael Scabala, he's been hung out to dry by those muppets that run our club. But if Michael Scabala is still in charge for the Southampton game, then for me, that's the board accepting fate. Now, Scoobs could go out and win next week. Great. I want that to happen. Of course I do. I'm a Leeds fan. I want Leeds to win games. I'm sick of losing. Bonfire night was the last game we won. Bonfire night. We're nearly in March. But even if Scoobs does get a win, we cannot stick with him until the end of the season. He's too inexperienced. Too inexperienced. Futsal coach, wasn't he? And now he's managing in the Premier League. Come on. Come on. Oh. Honestly. It's upsetting. It's annoying. It's frustrating. All of the above. Yeah, anyway. There's no else really for me to say at the minute. I've just got no energy with it at the minute. I just feel right numb and but yeah, this is the first time all season where I've just accepted that we are going down. Because now, if we do stay up, then it'll be the best feeling ever. I'm just accepting the fact now so that it isn't as disappointing towards end of season. But we need to stick with them as best we can. We can get out of this. But do I think it's possible at the minute? No, I don't. Things could change and my thoughts and opinions could change on that, of course. Football's fickle, isn't it? Anything can change from week to week, but as I'm sitting here now, I just don't see any hope for us at the minute. Unless we get a manager in, but that's a big if. Because even if we get a manager in, they have to turn it around, and it's if they can do that. That's a lot of pressure for someone to come in and do right now, which is why it's going to be harder for us to attract a manager now, considering we're 19th in the league. But yeah, I've accepted that we're probably going to go down now. And that is such a deflating, annoying, upsetting feeling. I just really hope that we get a manager in and his fortunes can turn around, because like I said, it is possible. I just think with those numpties running our club, I just can't see any hope at the minute. But if anyone has an ounce of positivity that they can give me, please drop a comment in the comment section down below, along with all of your other thoughts and opinions as well. If, like I said at the beginning, guys, if you can bring yourself to do so, please smash a like on the video. It helps get the video out there. And please subscribe if you're brand new. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Cheers.